It was a little bit disorienting for me getting started yesterday, and I owe a lot of that to my own confusion and newness. One thing that got in the way was that I was referring to the cake reference guide, not the cake instructor's guide, when Tushar and I were talking about the different sections, and and so I couldn't figure out how the 3 and 3.12 and 3.4 really connected with anything I'd be doing. And that was it. So we were talking about two different books. And so one way to clarify that, I think, is that whenever you have somebody coming in the 11th hour, as I did, without a lot of preparation, um, I naturally went to the cake reference guide I'd been using. And so we weren't on the same page. That's where the confusion began. And then once in the instructor's guide, it might be good to have a YouTube video like this, just saying, you're starting tomorrow, you're kind of new to this, and the instructor's guide is attached in this email. You'll see how section 3.1 begins day one. This is what you're going to be doing from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. So review this, and then day two, you'll be doing on Friday from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. That would help. And then with the addition, you have the the other part that was a little bit confusing is that because we're making up for a week lost, day 7, we'll be doing the first half on Wednesday, and day 7 we'll be doing the second half on Friday. That would have been a good reference, and I would have known immediately to go to the instructor's guide. Now, another thing that would help is that once in the instructor's guide, um, a lot of these things are highlighted well here, which is good. These are I'll get there eventually, but anyway, these are some of the activities we'll be doing. So include in the email that has the instructor's guide for this 11th hour assignment, include the tests so I can review the tests ahead of time. I know, sure, I could have, found them had I been on the right guide. But anyway, it'd just be a lot easier. Include all the tests that are going to be a part of it. Maybe make a mention that they're all going to be called Section 6, except for one that's Section 10. Good note to the pages. And get copies of all of those different activities. That would really help. And if they were included in the email, I could review what we're doing in class, and it would all be in the same place, that one email. Just kind of package everything together. And then similarly with day 7, as we get down to there. Now here, these actually are linked by hypertext, so it's a little bit easier to find, but it's a little bit further on down here. As we get into day 7, the essays are linked by hypertext, but the 333 and 444 sample essays are not. So if they could be included in the email as well, that would be helpful. Getting Paul Bourgaard's Let There Be Dark, that would be easy because the hypertext, as you can see, it works quite well. So just as a way of getting somebody, if it may happen in the future, you have somebody who's quite new and needs to be oriented quickly, make sure all the materials are in this orientation email. All the class activity sheets. And then another thing that comes to mind too, let me know the homework that they did to sort of accelerate this late start, because the students had done for day 1 some homework before showing up. And again, there's no way I would know that from the instructor's manual. So I guess in the simplest way, provide all the documents in an electronic form so that they can be reviewed. I know once I got there, about 15 or 20 minutes before class, I did get the binders, but those binders would have been a lot easier to use had I had an electronic version of all the documents before showing up. And so that's kind of what I'm looking at, is a way of making sure all of the critical documents are in one email. And then also, if you want, make a simple YouTube like this and walk the 11th hour instructor who needs that instant orientation through all the documents that are going to be used. I think that would be helpful, just to kind of, give a map to the new neighborhood so that the new instructor knows how to drive around. I hope this gives you an idea of some of the things that I think would have made it easier for me to get started so quickly yesterday. And I know a lot of stuff on both ends, yours and mine, happened, and it was kind of a tumultuous couple of weeks. I've been very busy, and you guys had to make a lot of shifts, but I think having that one-stop shopping for all the critical documents and a brief explanation of how they're going to be used in the class and what the students are bringing into class as homework, I think that would be really helpful.